we talked a lot about pre-socializing, leaders kind of pre-socializing ideas before the meeting, and that skill set kind of dying a little bit.
Yeah.
Why do you find it's dying, and is it still important?
Yeah, I actually think it is still important. And maybe it's part of the discussion we had about relationship building. Without, especially for something that's important, first of all, if the matter is really trivial, why have a meeting, right? Like, don't waste my time. So we should probably only meet for things that are really important, that you can't work out kind of two people getting together or one person saying, hey, I think this is the way we should go, and off we go, because it's a, where it is in the importance chain. But for something that's really of value, that's really going to move the dial for the organization, you do want to get a sense as to, are you on the right track? You don't want to blindside somebody. You want to get a sense that you've really captured the idea. And quite honestly, you want to give people a chance to think about what you're proposing. Because otherwise, what you're going to get in a meeting, if you're hearing this for the first time or not really getting the full context, you're going to get a reaction as opposed to a thoughtful response. And I don't want a reaction. I also don't want to have, okay, no, we got 20 different follow-up items, and maybe they're legit, but it's because people are not prepared. So, it's about being productive, but about sharing with others what you're thinking about, getting their ideas. And, you may decide that, you still want to go the way you want to go, but at least you've done the pre-socialization, you've gotten feedback, you've gotten a sense of which way the room's going to go, if you will. And then you can go ahead. But I still, again, it may be maybe it's an old school technique, but I still think it's a valuable one.
And is that something that's like, that you would teach leaders explicitly about, hey, this is something that you should know and should do, and is like taught, or is it just through observing and having leaders that did it that are like this important?
I think you can teach it. Yeah, I think you can teach it. And I think it may be a wise leader that would suggest to somebody that, you might want to pre-socialize your ideas. Now, it takes time. There's a lot of work that goes along with it. And so you may feel that you just don't have time. Hey, I'm going to wing it. Okay. And you may do a really, really good job. But, I still think it's important to, especially for really important topics, and give people a heads up and get a sense that you're kind of on the right track, or at least let people know where you're coming from, and giving them some context that sometimes you can only do one-on-one, in a informal, pre-socialized way.